I'm taking RSO, but today I feel worse. Is that a good thing or is that a bad thing? So, this is a question that came up earlier today, and it can be good or bad. It can be either or. So, I wanted to make this video to go over in detail what can be going on and then how to address the different situations that can be happening. All right. So, over here, the scenario is I was feeling better taking the FECO or RSO, but today I feel worse. What's happening? Did the RSO stop working? Did I do something wrong? Etc. And the answer is it depends. You could be getting worse or you could be getting better. And oftentimes it's the latter. You could be definitely getting better. So let me explain further. The getting better scenario is if doing the protocol diligently, like you're not missing, days or doses, you're just being diligent day in and day out. If a change happens, like change meaning pain, discomfort, headaches, vomiting, diarrhea, etc., this can be a good thing. It feels horrible, but it can be a good thing. It just means that you're going through a healing crisis. Okay. So a healing crisis is basically restructuring of your insides on a macro and micro level. Like on the macro level, it's like the tissues of your organs and your body in general, your bones, your muscles, everything is just getting restructured. Okay. And on the micro level, like the systems and everything, they're starting to run better. Okay. So like your body is literally being rebuilt from the inside out, and it's able to function better and get rid of the situation, the condition that is going on with you, basically. Okay. So this happens on a macro and micro level, as well as removal or purging of toxins and waste products from your body. So this can cause pain and discomfort, similar to when doing a proper cleansing and detoxification protocol. And I call this evil leaving your body. It can be extremely painful and lasts anywhere from a few hours to a few days. But once you come out the other side, you feel better than you did before the healing crisis began. And it's almost like you went through a rite of passage and leveled up your body's health. Like you made literal structural improvements to your health and your immune system. And let me go over, I think I have this over here. Yeah, the 21-day reset. This is a cleansing and detoxification protocol that I've been running since 2001. I put over 10,000 people through this program. And over here, let me make this a little bigger for you. You have the healing crisis. Okay. So the detoxer, someone going through this program, must be prepared to accept that there will be a healing crisis during the 21-day reset. As the saying goes, things usually get worse before they get better. So this is the same thing that can happen while taking RSO. So it's important to understand this principle here. So while on a cleanse or while taking RSO, the body will purge. They have to get rid of stuff. You have to get rid of the condition, right? So it has to purge that out from you. So you release toxins, and this can bring up physical and emotional trauma that will be reflected in certain symptoms. A healing crisis can last as long as an hour or a few days and often produces the following symptoms: fever, chills, headaches, fatigue, skin eruptions, emotional irritability, gas, bloating, constipation, diarrhea, loss of menstruation, muscular tension, like muscular pain, and all kinds of stuff, right? And in most cases, it's important not to use drugs to suppress the symptoms, but encourage the release of toxins from the body. The symptoms are an expression of release and must come out. After all, whether emotional or physical, a release may not always be pleasurable, but it does lead to a change for the best. Okay, so it's not comfortable, but when you come out the other side, you feel better. And if that's the case with what you have going on, then you're doing good. Okay, and just keep that up. That's all what that means, right? And it is a phenomenon. That's why it's in the 21-day reset workbook, because it happens to almost everybody that goes through that program, and it happens to like probably the majority of people that go through the RSO protocols as well. That and a lot of people will stop doing the program or the protocol, the RSO protocol, because they start going into this discomfort, and they go, oh, it's not working anymore, when they're actually going through a healing crisis. And if they just waited it out, a day or two or whatever, they'd come out the other side feeling better, and they actually would be better, right? Like structurally better. And it's a shame that people don't reach out. They just quit instead of reaching out to someone like myself that could actually help them get through that and out the other side to a better outcome. Okay, so so I hope that makes sense about all of that. And just put in the comments any questions you have, and I'll be happy. And I always check and answer them personally. If you're getting worse, if the scenario is that you're actually getting worse, like you've been in this, you're doing okay, but now you're getting worse, and you're not feeling better. Like a couple of days later, you just feel worse, and you stay there, and then you maybe crawl down and get a little bit worse, and you stay there, but you're not really feeling these really good days, right? So if that's the case, then there's a few different reasons why that could be happening. It could definitely happen, right? And there's a few different reasons. Some of them you can correct and overcome, and the other not so much. And we'll go over this, on a case by case, and explain each one so you could understand. And if this is going on with you or a loved one, you could know what to do in that situation. Okay. So this is important stuff, for the person that's going through it, and their family as well, their immediate family that's going through the process with them, either taking care of them, living with them, etc. Okay, so the reasons for getting worse, and then and just slowly getting worse and worse. The RSO may be slowing it down, but it's not like it's not making you helping you to overcome the situation. In other words, then you might not be doing it properly, right? The protocol properly. So remember, you have to stay persistent and consistent with the protocol. You need to, especially with the RSO, you need to take the recommended amount, the number of times per day, the amount per day, every single day. If you don't miss doses, right? You don't miss days, you don't miss doses. So if you are missing days, you are missing doses, etc., then that can be a problem, right? But it's possible to correct. Just stop missing days, stop missing doses, get all that under control, properly, and see what happens from there, right? Correct that situation, and then make it possible for the beneficial outcome to be there, by doing everything that you're supposed to do. Remember, this is life and death for many people, right? So you do everything that you're supposed to do, and correct the situation, like we said, and get out the other side. And hopefully you'll start going, into the healing crisis, getting better, and all that kind of stuff, right? Like you overcome and conquer. The other scenario, the next one down, is not taking enough of the RSO, okay, to overcome the condition. All right. So that's sort of where the Rick Simpson Oil protocol sort of came into existence, where for the hardcore conditions, you work up to where you're doing a gram per day for like at least a month, and even more typically 45 days, even 60 days and beyond for some people. But you do that massive amount. I call it a macro dose, right? And it's a full frontal assault on the condition, because the condition's doing all it can to take you out, right? It's doing a full frontal assault on you. So you don't need to be gentle with it, right? It's literally trying to take you out. So you do everything you can to take it out, to purge it from your body, to kill it off, however you want to think about it. But you do that full frontal assault. And it's typically dependent on the condition and the severity of the condition, and also how your biology, your personal biology, deals with the RSO. Then it could be anywhere from 600 milligrams to 1 gram, 1,000, which is 1,000 milligrams or more per day. Okay, for that full frontal assault to actually overcome. You don't need to do that forever. After you overcome, then you can work down into a maintenance dose, which is much lower to maintain the results. But if you are doing everything diligently, not like the other one where you're not doing things diligently, and you can correct that by doing things diligently. If you are doing things diligently, but you're still slowly declining, then you may not be taking enough, especially if you feel a little bit better. Like I'm not feeling as bad as I was, but I'm still on a decline. It feels like I'm still going downhill, right? Or it's just not as bad, or I'm not in as much pain, or whatever it is. If you're getting some benefit, then taking more can definitely help you to get like massive benefit. And I've seen it with myself, with my conditions, and with many other people who are just like marginal. Okay, I'm just, at least I'm not, in as much pain, like you said. And then they change the dosage amount to that macro dose level, and all of a sudden, bam! Like I feel great, and I feel, and I continue to feel good. You go through a healing crisis here or there, and then uh, where you have the bad days, and then but you come out the other side, much better, and then you overcome and then maintain all that kind of stuff. That just upping the dose and doing nothing else can you know make a world of difference. I mean, that literally did for some people the difference between life and death. All right. So the other side of that is, so those are those first two scenarios. The next scenario is your body is toxic and needs to go through a proper cleansing and detoxification program. All right. So this can be the missing link for many. All right. People think that they're doing well with the way they're eating because they, they're doing the best that they know how to do. But oftentimes, that's not what's necessary to actually get better. What's actually out there on the mainstream, and a lot of what's in Google isn't what's correct. If it was, then there'd be a lot more people getting healthy than getting sick. And it's not that way. Almost everybody on the planet is sick right now, and everybody has access to Google pretty much, right? So that's not the way to go. The way to go is oftentimes the road less traveled, but if that road less traveled has success, and we have massive success, right? So your body is toxic, needs to go through a proper cleansing and detoxification program, and then once you go through that, so it resets and formats your internal hard drive, basically, by changing up the eating protocol and profile, and going through a little bit of fasting and stuff like that, right? Because of your condition, these things are necessary. And it's what I've found over the 30 plus years of me doing this with people, right? So you do that, and you when you finish with that, then you're in a different mindset as well, because now you're back into that healing state, and then you're in a better state of understanding, and you have more motivation to eat like really, really super well, right? Mucus free diet, whatever you want to call, the protocol. You do things that will actually help to continue that healing process, and actually add on to the RSO and be a synergist for it, right? So that's key to getting healthy, to overcoming conditions, and then also to maintaining the success when you do achieve that. And then the other scenario, the fourth scenario, is that just God or the universe has a different plan for you. Okay. And sometimes it's not possible to overcome the condition. Oftentimes it's because people aren't aware of how to overcome it, and they're not aware of those first three reasons. And it's unfortunate, but it's true. But there are cases where no matter what you do, it's gonna the person is gonna be going on to something else, right? And the goal for people in this situation is relief, okay? And that's a big deal, especially to the person going through it. Believe me, because I have conditions, and I take this stuff and depend on it, not to be in pain every single day. I understand, what the people go through that I help, right? So, so helping people to, either overcome the discomfort or not have as much discomfort. Okay. That's a big deal. And it helps it helps to comfort them. And it also helps to keep their dignity, which is huge, right? Because like you're always in pain. There's always this, this thing that people need to feel sorry for, nobody wants that, even if you're going through this condition, and having the pain, subsided even a little bit, by the RSO, is a big deal. And like I often like to say that the RSO keeps working when the morphine stops. Okay. So, and that's oftentimes when some people start taking it just for that at the very, very end, because their morphine did stop working, and they want their loved one to keep their dignity. So they get that. And that does happen, right? Because it's true. For whatever reason, the Rick Simpson oil, full extract cannabis oil, it works for many, not everybody, but I would say like 80% or more of the people that take it, they're, as they're, going on to something else, then that it helps them to not be in as much pain, to have some comfort, and to keep some dignity, right, as they go on. And the family members greatly appreciate it too, right? Because I've seen it, and I've been in this game forever. I've been working with RSO for over a decade. I've been working with people with cardiac conditions since 2001. But and I've been working with the RSO, thrown in the mix since about 2013, somewhere around there, 2012, 2013. So I've seen people, and go through that, and I've had their family members come and say, hey, we did all we could, and he or she did all he could, and but like I know that the RSO, help them to not be in as much pain, and they were able to, have, uh, keep more functional and not be like, out there because of these weird opioids and medications and stuff like that. And thank you. So it is a very, very big deal for all of that. So to recap, if you're feeling worse, but soon feel better than before, then you're going through a healing crisis. Good job, and keep it up. Okay. And if you feel worse and you're staying that way, you're not really getting better, then you adjust the protocol and stay patient, persistent, and consistent with your efforts. Okay. So it could be any of these reasons, but you want to continue to take it, right? You want to continue to take it. If you're not taking it consistently, then start taking it consistently. If you're not taking it enough, then adjust the protocol. Ramp it up to what others take to be successful with your condition. Talk to someone that knows about this. Or if your body is toxic, if you haven't gone through a cleansing and detoxification program, especially if you have cancer, then you need to go through something like this in order to definitely overcome what's going on. Like I would say, like 99% of the people that have cancer need, it would be much better off doing a 21-day reset or some kind of cleansing and detoxification program than not. Okay. And in this situation down here, you still want to let them have comfort and dignity. All right. So you still give it to them. You still, or if it's you with the condition, then you still take it and be patient, persistent, consistent with the efforts. and get the benefit, right? Whichever benefit you're getting from it, you can continue to get that. So if you have questions about that, you know, then uh, we do free discovery calls to go over your options and develop a protocol for you. So like you might be saying, hey, I don't know how to adjust my protocol, or I'm new to this and I don't have a protocol. Then I give free discovery calls, right? Like free, and you go over the options. The high CBD, RSO, high THC, RSO. Develop a protocol for you and get you going. If you are on a protocol and think it needs to be adjusted, because of the situation that was, in this video, then, or the situations, that were in this video, then set a discovery call and we'll go over that and we'll adjust your protocol for free, right? You want to help you out, want you to get better. Simple as that. If you are looking for how to get the RSO, the high CBD RSO can be gotten at elixir.movitaoils.com. And let me see here. Let me see if I could find this real quick for you. Yeah. So the site looks like this, right? And I have like this. This is where we send the cannabis caregivers to get it from. So this is actually like cannabis caregiver pricing all the way down to wholesale pricing. So you buy one bottle, 3 bottles, or 6 bottles, and there's also a sample bottle that is under $100 that you could just if you don't want to make the plunge and buy at least one full bottle, then you buy a sample bottle and see if you like it, and then move up to the full blown bottles and just get going. Okay, but it's over here, elixir.movitaoils.com. Okay, and let's get back over here. All righty, and then if you are looking for the high THC RSO, then I have a network all over the US. So you send me an email and I can most likely help you out depending on the state you're in, okay, and then the locate area of the state. But I could help out, pretty much almost like 9 out of 10 people I'm able to help out with locating high THC RSO. Okay, and you can contact me at al@myfitlife.net. Again, this is Al Morenton, CEO, founder of MyFitLife. Remember, knowledge is power and health is wealth. I hope you have a beautiful day. Peace.